Good evening, I'm Josh Hilkeman, and our sports ticker is brought to you by the Department of Health and Human Services. The NCAA Volleyball National Semifinals are underway in Louisville between Pittsburgh and Louisville. Pitt with a 24-17 lead in the first set. Olivia Babcock leading the way with 8 kills for the Panthers. Nebraska and Penn State will square off in the other national semifinal match coming up 30 minutes after the conclusion of Pitt and Louisville. We'll have pregame at 7 o'clock Central Time right here on the Huskers Radio Network with John Baylor and Lauren Cook West. The winners of these 2 semifinal matches will advance to the national championship match Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock. Select Nebraska football coaches and players met with the media today as the team continues preparation for the Pinstripe Bowl on December 28th. Offensive coordinator Dana Holgerson was asked what type of offense he'll run in the bowl game and how it might evolve moving into next season.
I've always been a personnel-driven guy, so whatever our best personnel is, we're going to come up with ways that make sense to everybody to get those guys in position to be able to make plays, And so the one thing I really like about this offense is it's got the ability to be able to do about anything. So, it wouldn't narrow it down from a game planning perspective, but kind of what direction it takes. I'm excited for those meetings in January, February, March leading into spring ball.
Nebraska head coach Matt Rule will address the media tomorrow. We'll have coverage of that press conference tomorrow night on Sports Nightly. One college football bowl game tonight. The R&L Carriers New Orleans Bowl is just about to kick off between Georgia Southern and Sam Houston. And in the NFL, it's an AFC West battle between the Broncos and the Chargers. Denver comes in with a 9-5 record while LA is 8-6. Kickoff coming up at 7:15 Central Time. Our sports ticker is brought to you by the Department of Health and Human Services. Call a timeout if you or someone you know is struggling or in crisis. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is there. Call, text, or chat 988. It's free, confidential, and staffed with trained counselors ready to listen and provide support. Hour 1 of Sports Nightly is up next right here on the Huskers Radio Network.
Coming to you live from Memorial Stadium, it's Sports Nightly. All the Huskers, all the time. Sports Nightly is presented to you by the NDOT Highway Safety Office, who remind you to buckle up and put the phone down.
Lexi sails it. Pass made Franklin, the slide, Robinson, block back! Goal the Grandkids! They did it! Nebraska sweeps Wisconsin for the 3rd time this season. And hello, Louisville! The Big Red back where it belongs. The Final Four, number 18 in school history.
Morgan hands it back to Wooster. Faces up against his defender, Rice. Top of the circle, hands it off to Williams. A long 3 on the way. Bang! 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 Bryce Williams, another 3 with 4:15 to go, and that opens up a 8-point lead, 75-67. How about that 3?
On the right side, quarter court, Keefe throws it directly underneath. Anya with 2 seconds. Steal! Widener at the buzzer. The layup at the buzzer is good! Widener got the steal and the score. And the Huskers in the 3rd quarter with an Allison Widener strip, steal, and layup, and the Huskers lead it 44-30.
Now, here is your host, Jessica Coody, on the Huskers Radio Network.
Well, happy National Semifinal Thursday, everybody. Welcome live inside the KFC Yum Center in Louisville, Kentucky. I'm Jessica Coody, live courtside as we are currently taking in the first semifinal of the night between Pitt and Louisville. Set point for Pitt up 24-21 here late in the first set. The Huskers are set to arrive any minute now. They were pulling out of the hotel at about 7 o'clock. There is a red carpet arrival just outside the arena that we saw some photos, some videos of Husker Nation lined up, set to greet this team as they walk inside the arena, and they will take on Penn State here in the second semifinal match. As soon as this one ends, 30 minutes following the conclusion of this one. Pitt just took set 1, so they are up 1-0 over Pitt. We've got lots of Husker volleyball content coming up for you over the next hour here of Sports Nightly before we will hand things over to John Baylor and Lauren Cook West for the pregame show starting at 8 o'clock here in Louisville, but 7 o'clock back in Lincoln. Coming up on the show tonight, we're going to hear from Lindsay Krause here in just a few minutes. Lauren will be joining me live. We'll chat about a lot of different things. There's a lot going on here in this Final Four. We've got a DJ here. There's horses, actually. There are horses that are a part of the lineups for all 4 teams. So Lauren and I have been texting about that should be a fun conversation. And then Ben Boldt, who is the head coach at Concordia University. He was a part of the 2006 Nebraska volleyball staff, the team that won the national title. So great perspective there from him, talking about all things college volleyball and being a part of Coach Cook's staff, as we are watching Danny Busboom Kelly coach the Louisville Cardinals here right now. All right, let's kick things off and hearing from senior outside hitter out of Papillion, Nebraska, Lindsay Krause, making her third Final Four appearance in 4 years. She's a veteran here on this stage show. Got a chance to chat with her yesterday, talking about the preparations and how she feels about this team going into this one here tonight. You're like a regular at the Final Four. What, 3 of the 4 years? How does it feel to be back? I'm sure you never want to take it for granted, but man, what a feat to be back to the Final Four again.
Yeah, that was something that I noted in our gratitude circle today before practice, just saying how lucky I am to be a part of a team where this is the standard, where this is the expectation. I just want to take a second and remind everyone and myself how grateful we all are to put in all the work that we have to get there, but also just to know that there's so many people that will never get to experience anything like this. And for me to have a privilege that this is my third time here, that is something that is super special and I'm so grateful for.
So take us inside then, because it's not easy to get here. What is it about this program, Nebraska, that it is the standard that you guys can expect to be here?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just something that we have instilled in our brain from January, right when we step onto campus, of that is the end goal, and that's never not the end goal. So I think always knowing that is what we have on our minds the entire season, always knowing that that's what we're preparing for. Coach always says this in practice. It could be like the first week of practice, or it could be the middle of October. Just make sure your reps are championship reps, because if you're not going full now, why would you go full later on? So I think it's always just remembering what we're training for and knowing how much we all want to do it for each other.
It's such an experience, right? It's more than just playing volleyball. You're making, a Kentucky Derby hat, too? Have you thought about what you want that to look like?
I haven't, but it's so special. I mean, I think the people putting it on, like the NCAA and always the host city, like they always do such a great job of making us feel so welcome and really making it a fun event for everyone involved. So it is really something to look forward to outside of the volleyball as well.
How do you guys balance that, to be a team that you want to win the national title, but then there's a lot of distractions that go along with actually preparing for playing in that?
I think something that we do a great job of doing is just remembering that we are here to play volleyball, but also we are also here to enjoy the moment and soak that all in, but then also bring it back to, we are here for a national championship. So I think we do a really great job of compartmentalizing and kind of just realizing what we want to do and how we want to be successful, but also not being too laser focused that we don't take a second to enjoy what we are.
Absolutely. Well, how have preparations gone up until this point? You guys have prepared well all year long, but up until, I guess, first serve tomorrow, how do you feel like this team is prepared?
I think we are super excited. I think that going into this year, obviously most of us have been a part of a Final Four before, so we are experienced as far as that goes. I think we're all really excited to get to play Penn State again. I think we left a little bit out there getting to play them again. I think they played well, but I think we all know that we could have played better. So I think we are all really excited to get another shot at them. And then, just leaving it all on the court.
How is this team different than maybe the Final Four teams you've been in the past? And even last year you had so many young players, but how is this group different in the, preparedness for this moment?
Yeah, I just think overall we're a lot more mature. We're a lot more emotionally mature. We're a lot more competitively mature. We are just understanding the game in a little bit of a different way and understanding how what we do, each of us in our role, impacts the team and how we can do that in a way where we remember that we're just playing a game of volleyball. It's not a life and death situation, because win or lose, it's all going to still be okay the next day. But also understanding when you're able to find that kind of healthy detachment from what you're doing, that's when you're going to be the most successful. Yeah,
so what are the keys for this team against Penn State? But then just, again, to have some success here, when you're at this stage, what do you guys need to do?
Yeah, I think something we talk about a lot is being gritty over pretty. So just realizing when you get to this late stage in the season, it's just about how can we win points. It's not going to be the easiest. It's not going to be the prettiest. There's going to be some close sets. We're probably going to lose a couple sets, just that idea and knowing that throughout everything is just how can we be successful together, and that's the most important part. It's not how it looks, it's not who's doing it, it's just what can we do to score points.
So I want to ask you about Bergen Riley, obviously All-American today, but just your perspective on her and the setter and how she's able to spread things around to so many different hitters.
Yeah, Berg's great. She's so confident in herself, and she's so mature. You know, she's a little bit more quiet compared to a lot of the girls on our team, but she's so wise. She's so great. She's such an amazing setter, and I think she's just somebody that is really just a student of the game, and she's so willing to learn and know more every single day, and it's been a pleasure to play next to her.
All right, you've been in this building before. How beneficial is that for you guys, that you guys have played here and kind of know how everything goes in this building?
Yeah, I mean, this is our third time playing here this year, and then I've even played here again a couple years ago for regionals. But yeah, this is our third time here, and I think that's been big for us because we were even a little bit talking about it a little bit during practice. We were like, this feels a little bit odd that we were like, this gym just kind of feels like a normal gym to us because it's like, again, like we've played there for the third time this season. So I think that's actually been really big for us, and it'll be really cool to see how tomorrow turns out.
As a leader and someone that's a senior and going out, just how much has it meant to you, not only just to play in the Final Four, but to wear this uniform and to be a part of this program?
Yeah, it's been so special for me. I cannot be more grateful for everything I've gotten to experience here. You know, all the relationships I've had and the support of the entire Husker Nation has been something that's been super unmatched. And, I'm just so grateful to get to represent my home state. I'm so happy to have gotten to represent such a highly regarded, athletic team, and also just to get to play and have the privilege to be so close to my family while doing it all. I'd say that's the most important part because I wouldn't be able to do this without any of them. So I'm super grateful for it all.
You expecting Husker Nation to show out here in Louisville?
Yes, they always do. Does not matter how far they have to go.
Lindsay, Krause, I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks again to senior outside hitter Lindsay Krause for spending some time with us yesterday. There's a lot that goes into being on this stage, a lot of obligations that take place on the day before the match, a lot of things surrounding it, lots of media obligations. There's just, again, so many things. So appreciate her taking the time. We are in the middle of set two is underway. Pitt currently leading Louisville 6-2. Seeing some comments in our YouTube chat about the empty seats. It's filling in pretty nicely here in the arena. As mentioned, there was a red carpet arrival for the team, and so I imagine a lot of Husker fans were out there waiting to greet the team, and then they'll start filling in. But this is an arena that seats over 22,000 fans, and so you'll recall a year ago in the national championship match, Nebraska was a part of the NCAA indoor attendance record. 19,727 was in that championship match against Texas, and expected to break and be a part of yet another attendance record here tonight with, again, over 22,000 fans expected here tonight and probably on Sunday as well if the Huskers get there as well. They've raised the curtains. We were told during the pregame chatting with the guy from Louisville that the curtains have been raised, and this is the first time that Louisville's actually played in this arena where the curtains that were at the top of the arena have been raised to be able to allow for more seating. So I expect it to fill in pretty nicely. It's already pretty loud, but as we know, Husker Nation will bring the noise as well once the Nebraska gets out here. I believe they have arrived, but have not seen them out here in the tunnel just yet. But we'll look forward to seeing how well they're prepared. JB told me earlier he had dinner with them. They're loose, they're focused, they're ready to go. So I think it's been a group I liked what I've seen from them so far here over the last couple of days, but we will see how it comes to fruition here in just a little bit. All right, going to get to our first break here on Sports Nightly. Coming up in just a little bit, I'll be joined live here courtside by Lauren Cook-West. We'll talk about this match and all the things surrounding it. We're in the middle of a timeout here between Pitt and Louisville. Pitt up 7-2 here in set number 2. The Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center is sponsored by Akrs, the Midwest premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Akrs, solutions for every field. Coming up next, we're going to hear from Ben Boldt, the head coach at Concordia University in Nebraska. He was a part of Coach Cook's staff back in 2006 that won the national title, so a great perspective there. Keep it here on Sports Nightly, live from Louisville.
If there's one thing Nebraska's known for, it's our beef. And Nebraska soybeans feed a lot of them, and even more pigs and chickens.
I'm Jason Pinky, a farmer near Craig, Nebraska. Soybeans are vital for feeding our livestock, and they're also a powerhouse protein source for people worldwide. Our world needs protein, and Nebraska soybeans are making a difference.
From tailgate grills to global plates, farmers deliver affordable, nutritious protein to build muscle and energy for everyone. Nebraska soybeans, feeding, fueling, and innovating for the future.
This postseason, the Nebraska Corn Huskers are ready to make a run for the championship, and Woodhouse is right there with them. Follow along as the Huskers take on the best in the NCAA Volleyball tournament. Hear every thrilling moment, every powerful serve, and every block for the title. Woodhouse, proud sponsor of Nebraska Volleyball, bringing you all the action as the Huskers fight for glory. Stay tuned and cheer on the Huskers each broadcast, presented by Woodhouse.
In the heartland, where ambition thrives, there are those who are made and those who are made for more. Just like the Huskers on game day, Krause, a leading producer of ag equipment, unleashes the power of ambition in the field. Discover why our cutting-edge machinery and unwavering support aren't just a promise, they're a commitment to your success. Because at Krause, we know you are made for more. Visit your Krause dealer or CLAAS.com.
There's something to be said for American-made, but at Monolith, we're helping create Nebraska-made. From here in Nebraska, we're producing low-emission carbon black for tires across North America. Soon we'll be providing farmers with locally made fertilizer to reduce our reliance on foreign imports. We're investing hundreds of millions in our multiple Nebraska facilities and employing Nebraskans in high-paying jobs that support families and communities. Monolith, Nebraska-made.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Lowe's knows that to win the job, pros need the best prices. That's why only at Lowe's, MVP's Pro Rewards members can get a volume discount on eligible orders as low as $1,500 at the Pro Desk. That means you get the prices you need to start any job, small or large. Because Lowe's knows pros. Valid in-store only. More terms and restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms or Pro Desk for details.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Welcome to the Make It Jingle with Kris Kringle podcast. Today we're talking to Jan from Toyota, all about Toyotathon.
Hi!
So, tell me about Toyotathon.
Well, from now until January 6th is the perfect time to get a new Camry, RAV4, Highlander, and more.
Oh, how exciting! So what can you do in a new Toyota this holiday season?
With a new RAV4, you can go snowboarding with your friends.
I love dashing through the snow.
Take a Camry to a tree lighting ceremony.
Sounds merry and bright.
Or even load up the family in a Highlander to go ice skating.
What a jolly good time. So, Jan, got any red Tacomas? After my big job, I'm taking the missus down to Florida to go surfing.
Florida? I'm there.
Dealer inventory may vary. Offers are subject to change throughout Toyotathon, which ends on January 6th. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota. Let's go places.
See your independently owned Omaha Metro Toyota dealers, Corin Toyota of Bellevue, Village Point Toyota of Omaha, or Baxter Toyota of La Vista.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Nebraskans are choosing chiropractic for better health. Why chiropractic? Because it's safe, drug-free, and a cost-effective treatment option for back and joint pain. Plus, all generations can benefit from natural chiropractic care. Choose chiropractic first for pain relief or to improve your mobility, athletic performance, or overall wellness. Make chiropractic your first choice for better health and find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraska-chiropractic.org. Get your life back with chiropractic.
When you're in the stands and have the ability to control your irrigation in the field, it's a game-changing moment. Valley is where farming meets end zone efficiency. With AgSense remote irrigation technology, farmers become the MVPs of their fields. Experience real-time, play-by-play action and control that keeps you ahead. Score big with irrigation technology from Valley. It's technology that improves your life and lets you be at the game and in the game. Find your local Valley dealer at valleyirrigation.com.
It's the final days of the year-end sales event at your Midwest Ford dealers. Cap off the year with 1.9 financing plus $1,000 holiday cash plus no payments for 90 days on F-150. This New Year's, we're counting down with the best deals on your favorite Ford vehicles. Don't drop the ball. Time is running out. The final days of the year-end sales event are on now. But hurry, it all ends January 2nd. Get 1.9 financing for 60 months plus $1,000 holiday cash plus no payments for 90 days on F-150. Only at your Midwest Ford dealers. Driven by value.
Welcome back into Sports Nightly. I'm Jessica Coody here from Louisville. In the Final Four as the Huskers get set to take on Penn State in the national semifinal. Well, we are currently watching a former member of John Cook's staff and Danny Busboom Kelly and Louisville, and I found another one in the stands. Ben Boldt, the head coach of Concordia University, was part of Coach Cook's staff. Actually was a part of the 2006 national title team as well on that staff. Well, first of all, how's it going? How's it feel to be here in Louisville watching Nebraska?
Oh man, it's always fun to get out here and just see all the people that come. I mean, volleyball is a huge thing in Nebraska, but also just nationally, and it's awesome to be a leader and get to see all the old things that we used to be a part of back in the day. It was really fun.
Well, Concordia coming off another national championship tournament appearance. You guys are in the quarterfinals again this year. How do you feel like the program's going and what you've been able to do there at Concordia?
Oh man, it's been an awesome fit for us at Concordia. It's different than when we were at Nebraska, but we try to do the same things, based on the same principles and all that kind of stuff. So it's fun to be here and watch this practice because it's all the same things that we do in ours. It's just structured a little bit differently. They have smaller numbers than what we have, but it's fun to watch for sure.
Coach Cook has mentioned you guys, and he's really proud of the state of Nebraska. How cool is that he still follows and is really proud of you guys and what you've been able to do there?
Yeah, he's been a big mentor for Angie and I. We've, kind of based our all the things that we do off of the foundation that we learned at Nebraska, and he's been a big mentor for us. Craig Skinner was a big mentor for us when we were there. He's at Kentucky now, but just to grow up in this state and to be a part of volleyball growing up, it's just been such a big part of our lives. And we really want to teach life, but we get to do it through a volleyball medium, and to have great mentors in this state has just been an awesome thing for us.
You guys have a lot of players on your roster from the state of Nebraska. How good is the talent in this state? How important is that for you guys to get that talent from the state of Nebraska?
Oh man, it's great. We've coached other places. We started here at Nebraska, but we have moved around in our career. We've been at Alabama, we've been in Arkansas, and people just get volleyball in this state. So to have that recruiting base, to have whenever we have a recruiting visit, we always ask them what their story is, and a lot of them are I grew up watching Husker volleyball, and just understanding what that means to people has just been awesome for us. And I grew up the same way. I mean, before I was with Coach Cook in college, I was a ball boy for the Huskers when Coach Pettit was playing. So really understand that, yeah.
Well, you had mentioned, too, just some of the principles that you guys try to implement at Concordia. What were some of the big things you learned from Coach Cook and this staff that have allowed for you to have the success that you've had as a head coach?
First contact, train first contact, serving, passing, defense, blocking. So that was a big thing that I think that the teams that I was on was a big identity of theirs. We had Jenny Kropp, we had Amber Holmquist, we had Melissa Elmer back in the day. Those were just people that were focused on not focused solely on blocking, but that was just an identity that we had, and being able to pass the ball and just having that be the focus, and everything else kind of takes care of itself. But Angie and I, we've really asked ourselves what's important to us, and so we really coach to our core values, love, trust, hard work, and sacrifice, and that's I think what we do is built around that model of core values that we have. But volleyball training, you can't get it better than what we learned at Nebraska.
visiting with Ben Boldt, the head coach of Concordia University. Spent some time with Coach Cook on his staff. Well, how has he changed? Because we hear from Lauren, his daughter, a lot of the players that played for him, even Jordan Larson, that he's changed a little bit from when he first started coaching. He's more of a player's coach now. Has a little fun.
Yeah. My first year was 2001, right after they won the national championship in 2000, and I was very intimidated, to say the least. So I will say this: once you're in it and around it and understand it, like he gets it. He gets you, and allows you to be yourself a little bit more. And but I'm not gonna lie, I was really intimidated those first couple of years. But he's he just expects high standards, So that's what it is. And we also work, I think, with some of the sports psychologist people that he's worked with, that Creighton's worked with also. And I think he said this one time, I wish I started my career coaching out of love. And I think that he's always looking to challenge himself and adapt and evolve, So I think that's ultimately what we appreciate about him and all that stuff. So you're never done as a coach. You're always continually learning, for sure.
Okay, take me back to that 2006 national title run. What was special about that team? What do you remember about that group?
Oh man, I just that was a group that was volleyball, Nebraska. I mean, you had Danny Busboom, you had Danny Mancuso. Christina Hoteling was part of that team, but she was injured that year. So we had the heart. We had the heart of Nebraska, kind of growing up, that type of stuff. Jordan Larson was on that team. Rachel Schwartz, Amanda Gates, just a lot of Nebraska people on that. But we also had Sarah Pavin, who's a stud. We had Tracy Stalls, who's a stud. We had the talent to do it, but you can't do it without heart. So I think that we had that. Players playing for each other, all that stuff. So that was definitely a special year.
All right, so being that you started out early 2000s, right, and seeing where the sport is now, and on ABC, and just all the pageantry that comes along with this now, and being that you're a head coach of a program, how special is that volleyball continues to grow and it continues to get this kind of stage?
Yeah, the growth of the sport has been amazing. Even over the last 2 years, they had the volleyball day in Nebraska and whatnot, and I think more people paying attention to it. You get more eyes on it. You start to grow in ways that you haven't before. So it's an amazing game. Just to watch a game, it's exciting. I was watching the Elite Eight games, the regional final games, and Ben Roethlisberger is watching the Pitt game, and his sister played volleyball for one, and he's talking about how exciting the game is. There's a point, every 20 seconds, and there's great athletic plays that happen. So people want to be a part of it, and I think that the nation is taking notice on it for sure.
All right, last thing I got for you. You were part of that team that won the 2006 national title on that staff. You've coached in this. You've made deep runs. What is the key now that the Huskers are on this stage? They're in the Final Four to potentially win another national title.
Yeah, stick to what you've been doing all year. Prepare, and you've got to stay aggressive. I think that, especially after 20 points, you've got to stay aggressive. You got to stay clean. Volleyball is bumps that spike, and whoever executes that at a higher level, that's going to be the team that ultimately comes away with it. So trusting each other, knowing everybody is giving their best, and just really going out there, playing for your teammates, and staying aggressive, and go get it.
Great stuff. Appreciate your time, and great to see you here in Louisville.
Yeah, thanks, Jess. Good to see you too.
And Ben Boldt, the head coach of Concordia University here in Louisville. We're going to step aside for a break here on Sports Nightly. More to come from Louisville and leading up to the first serve in the Final Four with Nebraska and Penn State. Woodhouse has been a trusted partner in your everyday since 1975. Shop for your next vehicle with the home team and the official auto dealer of Husker Athletics. We're back with more from Louisville coming up after this.
Husker fans, it's game day, and Pizza Hut's got your perfect play. Score the game day special for just $29.99. Get 2 medium 3-topping pizzas, 8 boneless wings, and 5 breadsticks. Enough to feed 8 hungry fans. Pizza, wings, breadsticks, and more. It's the ultimate lineup to fuel your game day. Check out the full menu online at pizzahut.com or in store. Because remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
It's the final days of the year-end sales event at your Midwest Ford dealers. Cap off the year with 1.9 financing plus $1,000 holiday cash plus no payments for 90 days on F-150. This New Year's, we're counting down with the best deals on your favorite Ford vehicles. Don't drop the ball. Time is running out. The final days of the year-end sales event are on now. But hurry, it all ends January 2nd. Get 1.9 financing for 60 months plus $1,000 holiday cash plus no payments for 90 days on F-150. Only at your Midwest Ford dealers. Driven by value.
Nebraskans are choosing chiropractic for better health. Why chiropractic? Because it's safe, drug-free, and a cost-effective treatment option for back and joint pain. Plus, all generations can benefit from natural chiropractic care. Choose chiropractic first for pain relief or to improve your mobility, athletic performance, or overall wellness. Make chiropractic your first choice for better health and find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraska-chiropractic.org. Get your life back with chiropractic.
Attention, Husker Nation. Are you ready to power up your game? Sapp Brothers bleeds Husker Red, and our high-quality off-road red diesel is the fuel that powers your equipment. As official sponsors of the Huskers, we're here with a touchdown offer with the Sapp Brothers Go Big Red Fuel Giveaway. Contract your upcoming fuel needs by February 1st and enter to win 1,000 free gallons of our off-road red diesel. Keep your engines roaring and your equipment running strong. With this winning opportunity, Sapp Brothers fuels Husker Nation. Visit sappbros.net/fuel giveaway for more info.
You may have heard about Monolith, how right here in Nebraska, we're producing low-emission carbon black for tires across North America. How we'll soon be providing farmers with locally made fertilizer to reduce our reliance on foreign imports. How we're investing hundreds of millions in multiple Nebraska facilities. You might have heard Monolith is changing the world. We're not. You are. Along with many other Nebraskans in high-paying jobs that support families and communities. Monolith. Nebraska made.
In the game of life, we all face tough moments. Sometimes it feels like we're up against a formidable defense with no way through. Call a timeout. If you or someone you know is struggling or in crisis, the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is there. Call, text, or chat 988. It's free, confidential, and staffed with trained counselors ready to listen and provide support. Don't wait for the final whistle. Reach out, speak up, and let's tackle this together. Because in Nebraska, we're more than a team. We're family. Remember, in times of need, call, text, or chat 988. Presented by Nebraska DHHS.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
Welcome to the Make It Jingle with Kris Kringle podcast. Today we're talking to Jan from Toyota, all about Toyotathon.
Hi!
So, tell me about Toyotathon.
Well, from now until January 6th is the perfect time to get a new Camry, RAV4, Highlander, and more.
Oh, how exciting! So what can you do in a new Toyota this holiday season?
With a new RAV4, you can go snowboarding with your friends.
I love dashing through the snow.
Take a Camry to a tree lighting ceremony.
Sounds merry and bright.
Or even load up the family in a Highlander to go ice skating.
What a jolly good time. So, Jan, got any red Tacomas? After my big job, I'm taking the missus down to Florida to go surfing.
Florida? I'm there.
Dealer inventory may vary. Offers are subject to change throughout Toyotathon, which ends on January 6th. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota. Let's go places.
See your independently owned Omaha Metro Toyota dealers, Corin Toyota of Bellevue, Village Point Toyota of Omaha, or Baxter Toyota of La Vista.
Husker fans, it's game day, and Pizza Hut's got your perfect play. Score the game day special for just $29.99. Get 2 medium 3-topping pizzas, 8 boneless wings, and 5 breadsticks. Enough to feed 8 hungry fans. Pizza, wings, breadsticks, and more. It's the ultimate lineup to fuel your game day. Check out the full menu online at pizzahut.com or in store. Because remember, This is The Hut.
Noddle Companies proudly supports the Huskers Radio Network. As a full-service leader in commercial real estate, we create thriving communities. Discover what's new in the Builders District in North Downtown, Noddle Hospitality's latest venture in Aksarben Village, and the contemporary living of row house townhomes on Leavenworth. We're welcoming world-class concepts from men's fashion and great eats to gorgeous homes and green spaces, all professionally managed by Noddle Services. These are the Noddle Companies, building a better Nebraska. For more information, check us out on Facebook and Instagram.
Welcome to the Make It Jingle with Kris Kringle podcast. Today we're talking to Jan from Toyota, all about Toyotathon.
Hi!
So, tell me about Toyotathon.
Well, from now until January 6th is the perfect time to get a new Camry, RAV4, Highlander, and more.
Oh, how exciting! So what can you do in a new Toyota this holiday season?
With a new RAV4, you can go snowboarding with your friends.
I love dashing through the snow.
Take a Camry to a tree lighting ceremony.
Sounds merry and bright.
Or even load up the family in a Highlander to go ice skating.
What a jolly good time. So, Jan, got any red Tacomas? After my big job, I'm taking the missus down to Florida to go surfing.
Florida? I'm there.
Dealer inventory may vary. Offers are subject to change throughout Toyotathon, which ends on January 6th. See your participating Toyota dealer for details. Toyota. Let's go places.
See your independently owned Omaha Metro Toyota dealers, Corin Toyota of Bellevue, Village Point Toyota of Omaha, or Baxter Toyota of La Vista.
The Huskers Radio Network Broadcast Center is sponsored by Akrs, the Midwest premier John Deere dealer, supplying the equipment and service to advance agriculture and much more. Akrs, solutions for every field. Welcome back live to Louisville, Kentucky, inside the KFC Yum Center. We are in set 2 between Pitt and Louisville. Currently Pitt up 23-22. I'm Jessica Coody, and Russ, cue the Taylor Swift music, because it is now ladies segment between Lauren Cook West and myself. Always fun, but man, how's it feel to be back? There's a lot going on here.
I feel like we were just at a Final Four.
I know.
We're back, baby. Feels like no time has passed. But now we have horses.
Yeah.
And you know, a world-renowned DJ, you told me. So
yeah.
Maybe we can cue him to play some Taylor Swift for us.
Yeah, the DJ is the Los Angeles Lakers official DJ. And I got here quite a bit earlier, and they were going through run-throughs. And they had horses out here on the court, or right on the corner of the court. And I sent you the video, and we could not get over. There's a horse assigned to each team as a part of their lineups. And how pumped is Coach Cook going to be about that, to see a horse with a Nebraska bib on it and a number, and joining part of the lineups down here?
He may forget to join everyone on the bench. I'm like, don't wear your cowboy boots. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to see him out on the back of the horse, riding out bareback, leading the team out of the tunnel.
With the rope going on. He might try to write this horse into his next contract. You know?
There you go. Yeah, just renew the contract, get a horse that you used in the Final Four.
But this is how perfect is this? I talked to you back in August, and we had learned the theme. It was Run for the Roses, and here we are. They're here in Kentucky, and I know it's a special place to Coach Cook, but you cannot take for granted being back at another Final Four.
No, and I think this one actually works in favor of the Huskers, because they've already played here before in some preseason games. And then on top of that, you know, they were in a Final Four in a championship match, well, semifinal and then championship match a year ago, Jessica. So these players, unlike Penn State, we have experience. And I know JB said, I think in an interview with you earlier, they just seem really loose, relaxed. They don't seem uptight, where last year it was all the pressure was on their shoulders, and can they win? And they were all uptight, and you saw that affect the level of play. And so I think that this all works in Nebraska's favor, and they're familiar with this arena, and they're familiar with this scenario and being in a Final Four.
So on that note, Justin in the chat had a question for you. He wanted to know, what is Coach Cook doing to calm the nerves, to settle the nerves?
The conversations that I've had with him, there is no nerves to calm.
Wow.
And I think, again, it just speaks volumes to when you have experience playing in a Final Four. I mean, we had the entire team back. Yes, we added some transfers, but you know, you have pretty much the same team. Everyone's familiar with this. They've played in this environment before, and according to Coach Cook, there really hasn't been nerves that he's needed to calm.
Children of the Corn in the chat as it's getting loud in here. As Louisville just takes set 2 over Pitt. So JB said this is going to be a slugfest, and here we are tied at 1 set apiece before going into the third set. But children of the corner of the chat wanted me to ask you who you think you will have more kills, Merritt or Action Jackson?
Ooh. I know Merritt's kind of been in a slump lately.
Yeah.
Part of that is the setting, part of that is on Merritt and her footwork and her approach to the ball. So I think if we can get back to the old Merritt Beeson, then definitely Merritt Beeson. But as of late, it's been the middles, and maybe not even Andy Jackson, but Rebecca Alec. She's on fire. I think JB said she's hitting 450 in the postseason, and that's just, I mean, really, Jessica, the bottom line is whether it's Merritt, whether it's Andy, whether it's Rebecca, I mean, we don't just need one player to stand out. We need everyone to stand out, and we have to fire on all cylinders offensively in order to beat the Nittany Lions.
Talking about Merritt, you have a fun little nugget. You actually, we've talked about this a lot over the last couple of years. Merritt Beeson's a favorite in your household.
Oh, yeah.
So much so that your elf on the shelf is named after Merritt Beeson.
A PSA to all parents, do not get an elf on the shelf. There's so much work. You're stuck with it for, a few years. And, but Matt and my daughter named our elf on the shelf Merritt. And Merritt knows this. And I send Coach Cook a picture every morning of what Merritt did or where Merritt was. And then he passes that along to the actual Merritt Beeson. And I think she gets a kick out of it.
Oh,
and they
did,
great. Merritt taught Madden a dance. They did a TikTok together with Coach Cook and Harper. I don't know if you saw that, but Madden had to learn a dance that Merritt taught her, and she does it now every day.
Oh, my gosh.
She goes, I can't wait till Merritt teaches me more TikTok dances. I'm like, girl, you don't even know what TikTok is. But, it's Merritt's one of my favorites as well.
We have a lot of volleyballs flying over here. I've made a couple big plays, Lauren.
You have.
I'm just letting you know.
Put some spandex on. I mean, you have a great outfit on tonight, but put some spandex on, a jersey, and head on out there. You're ready to play.
Madden, I asked you if she's getting into it, and you just said that her biggest thing is she wants the bad guys to lose, which is everybody Nebraska plays against.
Exactly.
I think that's a great take.
Bad guys, yeah. So tonight, Penn State's the bad guys, and she told Papa, beat the bad guys, and then she said, be brave and take a deep breath, and I said, amen, sister. That's exactly what Coach Cook needs to be doing.
Oh, that's great. Well, I did want to give you a chance because obviously there's some headlines that have been floating around. People have asked me to ask you about this, but more so just want to get your perspective. And JB's got all the stats. It's unbelievable just the amount of times that the Huskers have been on this stage. It's not easy to do year in and year out, but just the work that Coach Cook has done, the job that he's done, and the staff in getting this team prepared to play and continue to be successful at this level year in and year out.
Jessica, I was telling you, I've been alive for 33 years, and you don't really remember your younger years, but I remember probably like 5 and up, always being in the gym, and Coach Cook always working. I mean, the man has not taken a day off since he started coaching volleyball, and I mean, he's working on Christmas Day. He's had recruits commit on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. I mean, I know there's been controversy about how he just brings in all this talent and it's Nebraska and they can pay for it. I mean, look at Lexi Rodriguez. She wasn't a 5-star recruit. Look at Andy Jackson. No one even knew who she was. And look at the players that part of that is on Andy and Lexi to work hard and develop themselves, but it's also on the coaching staff to develop those players over time. And then you look at the Nebraska tree, the coaching tree, the player. I mean, Penn State has 2 Nebraska players who went through the program and were trained as Huskers and now play for the Nittany Lions. And, look at Danny Busman-Kelly. She came from Nebraska. She's coaching for Louisville. So there's just so much more to it. And I think what frustrates me the most is I see so many comments and things said online, and people just don't know the truth or don't know, haven't walked a day in his shoes or our family's shoes and haven't seen what goes on behind the scenes or know things, when news comes out, you just, obviously fans don't get the full story always, but family does, and I have to sit back and watch that and not say anything, and it's difficult to do because I see firsthand everything that goes on, and I know all the success and everything that he's been able to accomplish and how much work goes into that, and it's really frustrating for me to sit back and not say anything. But I will say this, Jessica, the reason why he sits on the bench is because a few years ago, and JB can also back me up on this story, Kelly Hunter, it was when she was just rocking for the Huskers, Coach Cook used to stand and pace the sidelines, or he would get up pretty often. And she said, Coach, you got to sit down. You're giving all the players anxiety. And ever since then, they've won a bunch of what was it, six I don't know all the stats.
Six of the last 10 years, they've been in the Final Four.
Yeah, and national championship matches.
Yeah.
I mean, and since then, since he started sitting on the bench, the players play looser. They play more relaxed. They're calmer. And obviously, Kelly's on the coaching staff now, so he's still doing that. But I specifically remember when he told us, Kelly came up to me and told me, it stresses her out. Yes, literally, sit down. You're stressing us out. And so that's one of the reasons why he sits on the bench. And I've actually seen him get a little more involved this year with celebrating and getting up. But for anyone wondering, why he just sits in a chair and points, technically
it's
he
Kelly
never
Hunter's
points.
fault.
Yeah, he's given serving
Kelly
signals,
Hunter.
but it is Kelly's fault.
Well, I know you're going to give a lot more perspective here coming up with John Baylor, and we might be in for a long one here, a marathon. Getting tied one set apiece between Louisville.
It's going to go 5.
And Pitt. But quickly, just I guess the last kind of point that I wanted to ask you about being a setter, being on the stage, Bergen Riley. What does she need to do here tonight? And really for 2 matches, hopefully for the Huskers to win a national title.
I heard, I don't know who it was, but I saw online someone said Harper Murray's the key to this team, and I disagree with that. Harper is a huge part of this team, but Bergen Riley is the key to this team. And Nebraska's defense, it's the best in the country. I mean, we are top-notch defensively. Offensively, yes, we're very good, but I think we can take it to another level, and that starts with Bergen Riley. And, can she... JB and I have talked a lot lately about just location and tempo and having that consistency. So can she put her hitters in the right situations, getting them one-on-one while also matching that tempo, that consistency that those hitters or attackers are going in on their approach and where they're going in on their approach. And so if they can do that collectively, then I think our offense will be firing at that next level. But I really think Bergen is the key to winning 2 matches this weekend.
And STMing. Setting the middles, right?
STMing. And sometimes some extra letters get thrown in there when I'm really frustrated, or some extra exclamation points. But yes, definitely STMing. And the middles, we have to keep them involved from start to finish. And then Jessica, it's also getting Merritt involved. Can we get her producing on the right side? And if our quick zone and red zone are going, then that's going to open up our outsides and make tonight's match at least a whole lot easier.
All right, great stuff. Lauren Cook-West joining us here live courtside as we are in the middle of semifinal 1 between Louisville and Pitt. Much more to come from Lauren and John Baylor here in just a few minutes. They're going to take things over here at the top of the hour. But we got to get to our final break here in Sports Nightly. Woodhouse has been a trusted partner in your everyday since 1975. Shop for your next vehicle with the home team at Woodhouse and the official auto dealer of Nebraska Athletics. And shout out to Woodhouse, who has been the sponsor of our NCAA tournament coverage of the Huskers here in December. All right, we're back to wrap up hour 1 here of Sports Nightly coming up.
Mark your calendars. League One Volleyball is coming to the Liberty First Credit Arena on January 24th, 2025. Led by Omaha's newest pro team, Love Omaha Volleyball, get ready for nonstop action as some of the world's best players take the court. Featuring Olympic medalists Jordan Larson and Justine Wong-Orantes, Love Omaha is ready to take home the season's first championship title. Get your tickets now for this historic first season. Visit lovb.com today. Volleyball is the next major league.
Discover a higher standard when you explore a new vehicle at Woodhouse GMC. Experience the newest GMC vehicles equipped with expert capabilities and the latest technology to transform your driving experience. Stop in and save with our current offers going on now. Save up to $10,747 off MSRP on the 2024 GMC Sierra 1500 Denali 4x4. Woodhouse GMC. We are professional grade. With approved credit. Must currently own or lease a 2010 or newer Buick or GMC to qualify. $299 down fee due at signing. Stock number V240626. Offer expires January 2nd, 2025. See dealer for details.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like to check the propane tank on your grill first before hosting a tailgate.
Let's fire up. Here, let me try. Seriously? You didn't check the propane? Who wants chips?
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
Salt and vinegar?
You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
O'Reilly. Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan.
It's free and provides a report with solutions based on over 650 million vehicle scans verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we can recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
On game day, every play counts. Now imagine having the same level of control in your field. Valley is where farming meets end zone efficiency. With AgSense remote irrigation technology, farmers become the MVPs of their fields. Real-time, play-by-play control means you're always ahead of the game. Score big with simplified irrigation technology from Valley, improving your life both on and off the field. Find your local Valley dealer at valleyirrigation.com.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Here is What's on Tap, brought to you by Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. We've got a busy weekend of Husker sports, kicking things off on Friday night. The number 3 ranked Husker wrestling team is back in action inside the Devaney Center with the Holiday Havoc. So it'll be a triangular starting at 4 and 5:30. The Huskers will take on Augustana and UNK, University of Nebraska Kearney, so in that triangular. And then we've got a huge matchup for Nebraska women's basketball, a top 25 matchup, the final non-conference game of the season for Amy Williams and company, taking on Georgia Tech, 17th ranked Georgia Tech, 4:30 on Saturday. And then men's basketball heads out to Honolulu, Hawaii, for the Diamond Head Classic, and they will kick things off against Murray State, 8 o'clock on Sunday. Some great competition there as they close out their non-conference. So Kent, Pavelka, Jake Muehlheisen heading out to the beach, so they'll have all the coverage there all weekend long. Jeff Greesh, Matt Coatney will be on the call for us on Husker women's basketball. Obviously, there's been lots of Husker news, football news that have come out over the last couple of days, some transfer additions. Also, the official announcing from Coach Roll of the additions to the coaching staff. Greg and I will be back tomorrow night for a full 2 hours of Sports Nightly, so we will dive into all things Husker volleyball news and catch you up on all the latest on that and dive into that. And also recap this one here tonight as the Huskers will take on Penn State in semifinal number 2. We are currently, again, in set 3 between Louisville and Pitt, and the score has been taken off the screen, so I do not know what the score is, but set number 3 currently tied a set apiece between Louisville and Pitt. First time in 16 years that all 4 number 1 seeds are in the Final Four, and we are guaranteed to have an ACC Big Ten matchup for the national championship. All right, that's going to do it for me here in hour number 1 of Sports Nightly. Coming up next, going to turn things over to John Baylor and Lauren Cook-West for the pregame show. Thanks for listening. Go Big Red.
Hit us up on the text line. Text 402-413-2400 with your Husker thoughts.
No matter what color you wear on game day or what color tractor you drive, there's one color Nebraskans trust to be a partner for life lived well. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska combines national power with Nebraska roots. Awarded the best health insurance experience in the heartland, Blue Cross delivers affordable, high-quality health plans for Medicare groups and individuals. Head to nebraskablue.com to find the coverage that's right for you. Team Blue says, go Big Red.
Nebraskans are choosing chiropractic for better health. Why chiropractic? Because it's safe, drug-free, and a cost-effective treatment option for back and joint pain. Plus, all generations can benefit from natural chiropractic care. Choose chiropractic first for pain relief or to improve your mobility, athletic performance, or overall wellness. Make chiropractic your first choice for better health and find a chiropractic physician near you at nebraska-chiropractic.org. Get your life back with chiropractic.
Want to boost Nebraska's economy and help the planet? It's as easy as filling up your tank. Switch to soy-based biodiesel to cut greenhouse gases by up to 74% and support biodiesel growth.
I'm Greg Anderson, a farmer near Newman Grove, Nebraska, and biodiesel has transformed our farm. It cuts emissions, raises the cetane number, and improves fuel lubricity.
So ask for biodiesel where you fill up. It benefits our air, economy, and Nebraska soybean farmers. Nebraska soybeans, feeding, fueling, and innovating for the future.
'Tis the season to save during Happy Honda Days. The newest cars, crossovers, trucks, and SUVs are equipped with reliable safety features and the latest technology, so you can drive with confidence. Lease the 2025 Honda Pilot XL AWD 10A for $459 a month for 36 months and 10,000 miles per year. Visit us in-store off Highway 281 in Grand Island or online at woodhousehonda.com. Forge your own path at Woodhouse Honda. With approved credit, $5,599 down payment and $299 doc fee due at signing. Offer expires 1/2/2025. See dealer for details.
It's time for Nebraska postseason volleyball, powered by Emeritus.
Here come the Bruins on the free ball. Tied at one, just started. Middle swing, and Briscoe gets stuffed. Rebecca Ehrlich with a big block.
Nebraska postseason volleyball is brought to you by Woodhouse, the official auto dealer